Summary of Daf Daled, the Maimer v'cha in Torah Pashas Yisrael. So the Maimer begins with the pasuk that talks about at the time of Matan Torah, the giving of the Torah, they heard, they saw the sounds and the flames and the sound of a shofar. So the question is, why do we need a shofar? There's, if we, I mean, we wanted musical accompaniment, and even if you did, there's better accompaniment that can be used. So to understand this, it first asks about Matan Torah in general. Why did Matan Torah, the giving of the Torah, only happen when it did after the Exodus from Egypt with Moshe? Why didn't it happen with all the great tzaddikim, the great righteous people who existed before Moshe? The Maim explains that Avraham was on a spiritual journey. He had this great love of Hashem, and he was constantly ascending with this love of Hashem and yearning for Hashem, and then descending because no, Hashem wants him in this world. And he was in this state of what's called Rotzi and Shuv the whole time, going up when yearning and then going down to focus on what he has to do. And at Matan Torah, we were given an opportunity for regular people who can't develop the same level of love like Avraham could, that they can also ascend to Hashem and bring Hashem down into the world. And that's through Torah and mitzvahs. And therefore we need Matan Torah. The regular people need Matan Torah, whereas Avraham didn't need it. But at the same time, then the Maimon continues to ask, still Matan Torah, if so, why wasn't Avraham granted the giving of the Torah as well? It still would have, if he was at such a high level, on the contrary, give it to him, and that would have elevated him even further and allowed him to do mitzvahs physically. But the answer is that he couldn't do mitzvahs physically, because being involved in the physical can be spiritually damaging. It says that eating in general makes us more coarse, even though when we eat, we also elevate the food, and the source, the spiritual source of the food is from Olam HaTorah, this world of unlimited light, which is called the world of chaos, and so we're able to tap into a spiritual light, a spiritual godly source beyond our own, but still at the same time, the outer shell of the food, the physical part, makes us more coarse, which is why Moshe didn't eat when he was on the mountain for 40 days. So therefore, Avram couldn't do physical mitzvahs. It would have been spiritually damaging. Whereas after we went through Egypt and we went through the slavery and all the difficulties and challenges have one of the things that they do, a positive impact, is that they make us more refined, and now the physical doesn't pull us down anymore. And therefore, we're able to do mitzvahs in the physical, and it won't be problematic. So now, about the shofar. The shofar starts off narrow and constrained, and that represents the bittul, the state of self-nullification. When we connect to Hashem with this bittul, with self-nullification to Hashem as he is beyond so if Hashem's unlimited light, so then that brings together the two normally opposite aspects of Ratzi, yearning and ascending up to Hashem, and Shuv, bringing Hashem down into the world. And we're able to have both together without noticing either as a separate part. They're just both part of this one bittul to Hashem, this one nullification for Hashem. So it says there are three things at Matan Torah. There was the kolos, the sounds, then there was the lapidim, the flames, and then the shofar. The sounds represent bringing down. The idea of sound is bringing down from inside to the external. So that's hamshacha. Then we have the lapidim, the flames, which is going up to Hashem. Fire naturally goes up. And then the shofar is that bittul, the self-nullification that brings them both together. And then the smoke is from when when something physical becomes part of the fire. That's where smoke comes from. So by our godly soul elevating our animal soul, that's the smoke that was present at Matan Torah. But this was only available to Bnei Yisrael who left Egypt, but the Erev Rav, the others who left together with us from Egypt, so they were only able to be inspired and excited by seeing Hashem within nature and within their own lives, not from Hashem as he is beyond our world and beyond any world are unsafe, and therefore they stood from afar. They weren't able to be inspired, and that's similar to the mazikim, the demons, the damaging angels, that they also, yes, they have spiritual sensitivity, but it's limited to what's within their realm. They can't relate to Hashem as he is beyond worlds, and that's why they're considered a negative force, although they recognize Hashem. And that's why Matan Torah, we recognize and we one with Hashem himself, like we say that anachnu that we bless you, whereas the other parts of creation only relate to Hashem's name. Hashem's name is blessed by the others because they don't relate to Hashem himself, only Hashem's name, which is Hashem as he gets involved in worlds. So this is the idea of the shofar, and this is why the Torah was given only after the Exodus from Egypt.